Susanna.
Honey?
Hey, do you like motorcycles?
Well, yeah.
What kind of motorcycles do you like?
Harley Davidson.
Of course. So you naturally would want to do what?
Well, Sweetwater Harley Davidson in National
Get your
City.
motor running. That's what you want to do. You want to get your motor running.
My motor's always running.
I know it is. I could hear it from here. So you want to go to Sweetwater Harley Davidson to get Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
They also sell Buells there, too. I'm not familiar with the term.
What is a Buell?
Well, it's like a B-E-U-L.
Is that anything to do with
It's a motorcycle.
stool?
It's a brand of motorcycle. Buell, but it's definitely not as popular as Harley Davidson. Oh. So look at
Is
this.
that what you're riding now? These
No,
days?
I don't get it. Mine's a little different. But we got some vittles here. Did you get any of these vittles? Our sound guy is chomping down here. So we're gonna swing around, get a shot of those vittles there. So we're down here at the Opera Caffe, and they spell it with the 2 F's. And I got.
Yeah, I had them set up a couple plates for you
what
there.
happened? Oh, I got vittles over here too.
Yeah.
Is that what you're pointing to, Daniel? Extra vittles? Okay. I lost the whole train came right off the track. We're down here at the Opera Caffe.
Yeah.
And they brought us some vittles.
That's what happens with food.
I know.
Food in front of you and you don't know what you're talking about.
And we've got the Sweetwater Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
So you want to go down there. They're on Hoover Avenue, 3201 Hoover.
Yeah.
Go down there and see my buddy Jim. Go down there and see my buddy Anastasia. Go down there and see my buddy Mariana. They're all down there. And they have all sorts of things going on there. You go to sweetwaterharley.com, and they have the whole calendar up there. It's not just motorcycles. They have like a religious thing going on, like a Sunday night, and they have parties, and they have a Save the Animals kind of thing. They're really
They're
community.
very community conscious, those Harley Davidson guys. Huh?
Exactly. They just don't go around beating up people.
Well, they got to make up for it.
Right.
You know, like the karma.
Right. Well, carbon footprint. You do nice, and then you can go out and beat people up. But I don't think they do that. No. But anyway, so those are the Harley Davidson folks. But there again, not the reason we called, is it?
No.
No. You have a gentleman next to you.
Yes.
Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell the folks who Jimmy is, and we'll get some of this nonsense behind us. How's that sound?
Okay, fabulous.
All right.
So sitting here we have Jimmy Saba, who is actually the incoming executive director of the
Incoming,
San
should we duck?
Diego of the San Diego Junior Theater. Tell us a little bit about the San Diego Junior Theater.
Well, San Diego Junior Theater is 65 years old this year.
Yeah, significant anniversary.
Yeah, it was started by the Old Globe Theater in the 30s as sort of a civic conservatory for youth. Later, it became its own organization. It broke away from the city, became its full non-profit organization.
So is it not connected to the Globe anymore?
It's not connected to the Globe anymore, but we're actually just right down the street.
Right.
And we share many of the same people, same teachers, same types of resources. Diane Steiner was a longtime director for us.
Yes.
Craig, who I had a long-time relationship with, was
right?
a terrific supporter of what I did at Junior Theater. So we've always had a connection there somehow.
And so this makes it, I read, is the oldest continuously producing youth theater in the United States.
I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah, or one of the oldest. That's a really significant accomplishment. And the 65th anniversary, you guys have something cool going on this year?
Well, we had a big blow up for the 60th.
Okay.
So we'll do something.
I like to celebrate yearly myself.
And we're actually almost through the 65th right now.
Uh-huh.
So we'll probably do something for the 70th. Yeah.
And that's perfect for
What are the age limitations on to qualify you as a youth?
As a youth, most of our programs are for kids from the ages of 8 to 18, although we've got programs that go for young toddlers to 6-year-olds.
Wow.
But the bulk of our program is the 8 to 18-year-olds.
Okay, the 8 to 18-year-olds. So do you have, what is the typical audition process like? I mean, is it everybody gets in, or is it competitive?
No. Unlike some programs where those are called pay-to-play programs, where you sign up, you pay your money, you get in a show.
Yeah.
What we're looking for is more of a long-term commitment. We want to grow a student from over a few years. That's why we have classes. We have possibilities to be on crew. There's once you've done one semester of classes, you can audition for one of our we have 11 opportunities for shows this year, and you can audition for one of those shows.
That's how many shows you have in your season? Is that what you mean, or you have other smaller things
this next
going on?
season? Yes,
Okay.
and I can tell you we're opening. We have a satellite space that we're opening up 3 more shows in this
where's
next
that?
year. That's at Roosevelt.
Oh,
So it's right
Roosevelt.
down the street. It's
Okay.
a smaller, more intimate setting where we can do things that we can't do in the larger space.
So what's the talent like in San Diego for youth? I mean, is this a strong sort of theater community, would you say?
Oh, of
Since
course
you've
it
sort
is.
of been
Of
all
course
over
it is.
the States.
Yeah, I mean,
How do we compare
how do we compare for
Yeah.
youth?
for youth talent?
You know,
I
we're
guess?
first and foremost an education program, so we're actually not. Our thrust is not to find the brightest, most accomplished tap dancing. We're not looking for
Damn, that was my
we're
big
not
shot.
looking for that sort of immediate triple threat.
Right.
I mean, ideally, we're looking for a kid who wants to be part of a theater community,
Right.
who wants to know that they're in a safe environment, that they can maybe get exposure dancing and singing and possibly acting, maybe crewing a show, maybe they find out that they're a stage manager.
Yeah,
But
or
we want to
sound
keep
or
it a
tech
program that sort of welcomes someone of all
So you have
abilities.
programs for all areas of theater. So if somebody
Of course we
wants
do.
to be like a prop master, or somebody wants to be a stagehand or
Sure.
something, there's a place for basically everything.
Well, let me tell you my story,
Okay,
because I am
yeah.
actually a San Diego Junior Theater alum myself. I started in junior theater in 1978.
Wow.
And I will tell you, like, singing and dancing was never my thrust.
Okay.
But as a child, sometimes it's the first thing that's available to you, right? So at junior theater, there were a lot of musicals, and it was a great challenge for me. I mean, I could luckily carry a tune, but I wasn't someone who was going to play
You weren't the like
romantic
jazz hands.
leads. Well, no, I mean, I could probably figure that out, but I was also fairly restrained. And I like to write, and I like to direct. I got to do all of those things at junior theater. I figured out a way to make me work at junior theater. Now, that said, I played several song and dance leads. I stretched all of my boundaries there. But I also, was president of Confetti, which is the service organization that we have there,
Oh, okay.
and was very much into directing and producing one of our shows one year. I found my niche there, and if that niche didn't exist for me there, somehow junior theater helped create it for me.
So
Did your
this is-
family, did they support you in all of these
Oh yeah, of
efforts?
course. I mean, I did not come from a theatrical family, which I think is important. A lot of kids,
born in a trunk.
well, a lot of kids come with a stage mother attached, My parents were lucky if they could figure out, what the first step was. And I remember they showed me an audition announcement for Starlight. Actually, Starlight was the first show I ever did. I worked at Starlight. And
Do you remember what show that was?
yeah, it was The King and I. And they showed me the audition assignment for it. The audition for it, you had to go down and sing a song. And I thought just from the notice, that if I would tell them I wanted to be in it, I was in it. So I was running around the house, I'm going to be in a show, I'm going to be in a show. So that's where junior theater can sort of help fill in the blanks for you.
Sure.
They can give you that experience that says, these are the ABCs in auditioning, and we're going to guide you through it gently. We're not going to have someone who's going to knock you
Professional
down.
actors need that.
Right.
I needed it,
Yeah.
How do you know how to audition? You just show up and you're
But you know what? How do you learn how to audition?
You just
You
get
just
up
do it.
and you just do it, and you get
And
scrape
unfortunately,
your knees and get back up.
yeah, sometimes you fail along the
Yeah.
way. And
How many no's have you had between the guesses?
how many notes have I had between the guesses?
No's.
How many no's?
Yeah.
No's
Well,
between the yeses,
yes,
yeah.
right. I mean, my joke is that I'm also a professional actor. I have been a professional actor for many years, and I have also worked in fundraising for many years. And I will tell you, I feel like there was more rejection in fundraising than there ever was in acting. So I have no win choices for profession.
Right.
No, but you learn to weather it, and you have to be.
One of the things that I always go in with a mindset is I probably just look like his ex-wife. And so if I don't
I
get
say
the
the
job,
same
I'm like,
same
oh,
thing.
it's probably because I look like his ex-wife. It's no big deal. Like
Right.
you just
No,
have to
you
have
can-
a tough skin.
If I've been on the other side of the table enough to know that you can never second guess all of the reasons you did not get a part.
Right.
Or that you did.
Yeah.
And it's just wasted
It's
energy.
not just about talent. It really
Yeah.
is not. And I've been on that other side of the table as well. And I think that's why you can go in as an actor or singer and then feel comfortable knowing there's so many elements in the play. You know, sometimes you're just too short or too tall or
Right.
too, you know, you don't look like a couple or whatever it is that you're being cast in, and it makes sense.
And Woody Allen says 90% of success
It's showing.
Showing up?
Yep.
Yeah, I think on that can be said about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
you know, I'll tell you one thing. If you don't make it the first time at junior theater, we're going to give you a second time. We're going to give you a third time. There's going to be
All the way up to senior theater.
There's going to be someone though who realizes that this kid has given it their best for
Yeah.
4 times, and now it's time to
Give him a shot.
to give them a shot.
Yeah.
That's the difference between an educational program and something that you show up for a one-time experience and pay your money, you're done, do
You
the
just
show.
get it, right.
So that's what we want to create.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break. We want to make sure that we get your website out there really quickly before we take a quick break.
Okay, it's juniortheater.com.
Juniortheater.com. Sure
And
you're
he's
down
going to stick around, right, for another
Yes,
segment? Fantastic.
absolutely.
So we're going to take a break. This is
there.
Johnny
And this is Susanna
with the talk.
of San Diego.
Utilizing medical doctors, physical therapists, and chiropractors all working together to better your health, Silver Strand Spine and Sport is committed to providing the most personalized, integrative, and skilled physical therapy services available. With sensitivity and compassion, we work with our patients to promote physical rehabilitation in a professional and caring environment. Located on Palm Avenue in Imperial Beach, we offer South Bay the finest care for all your physical needs. For an appointment, call 619-575-8887.
Hi, Susanna.
Hi.
We're back.
What is this music?
You like that song?
Exactly what to do when I was in love with you.
You know who did it?
No, not to say.
How about our guest?
Do you know?
You know
I
who-
don't.
Do you know who our next sponsor is?
Silver Spine? Is this the Turtles?
It is the Turtles. Yes, and what gave that away? Was it because we're doing a spot for the
The Sea Turtle Rescue.
Sea Turtle Rescue? You like sea turtles?
Yes.
Oh, they're
who doesn't?
delicious. They're delicious. I mean, we want to save them. That's what we want to do.
We want to save them.
Yeah,
not
and you
eat
know,
them.
you can save the turtles by donating your time, your car, I can't, your boat, airplane, whatever you have that might be of value. You could go to seaturtlerescue.org.
They take clunkers.
They do take
Yeah.
clunkers, yeah, but mine is past clunking. There's not even a clunk in it anymore.
No.
That's about it. So, but we laugh. So anyway, if you want to save the turtles, what they do is they take that money and they put together these hatcheries all over the country, all over the world to save the turtles.
Yeah.
But then again, not the reason we stopped by, is it?
No.
Hey, we're talking to Jimmy here.
Yeah.
And Jimmy is with the Junior Theater League, right?
The San Diego Junior Theater.
Right. And
Could be a league.
it
I
could be.
guess.
You guys
I know
play
you've got leagues
softball,
on the
stuff
mind.
like that. You have a
That's
bowling
next.
league?
That's
next. All
First
right.
thing I'll do.
That's cool. So Susanna was just about asking him a question about when we took a break.
Well, we want to talk about your upcoming season for sure.
Right.
So let's see. You've got a very special night tonight. Let's start with that.
Right, we opened Dr. Dolittle tonight.
Yeah.
And that is an adaptation of the story with music from the movie. So it's there are a lot of familiar songs in there. That "Talk to the Animals" I think is probably the most common one that people know. But
Is your lead a veteran of junior theater?
yes, probably done. Yeah, he's a great example of someone who's been up through the ranks.
Okay.
I don't. He's probably been in the program for many since he was a young guy, a young kid.
Yeah.
And now he's sort of the old guy in the cast mentoring other young kids. That's kind of how it works. You
And
just
by
sort of
old,
pass
he's
the
like
baton.
what, 12.
No, by old he's probably 17.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
like old.
Yeah, he's elderly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So I read that you have 45 students in the show?
We actually have, I think, 54 with crew.
54 with crew. Wow,
Right.
that's
We don't
amazing.
want to forget the crew. They're
Of course,
a big, important part of our
and
whatever
a
we do
10-piece
there.
orchestra, is that who
Yes.
we're including as well? Okay.
Yeah.
And then what else do you have going on this season? Let's see.
Well, we're opening next season with Little Mermaid, which is a premiere
the
for
Little
us.
Mermaid.
Right.
I
It's
want to be in that.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm too old.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm older than
and-
17 anyway.
And then next on the next is something called Rippledink's Rep, and that's where Rippledink is sort of our motto. It's been since like the 50s.
Rippledink?
And Rippledink, it's sort of a
Okay.
gesture, kind of something that only could have come of age in the 50s.
Okay.
So there's a rep of 3 shows that happen in one slot. They're Esperanza Rising, Cat in the Hat, and Pinkalicious.
Oh, how fun.
Those will all run in rep. They'll have the same group of kids, each doing 2 shows and crewing 1. Okay? So there's a formula that works in there.
Oh, that's
They're
smart.
all working for each other.
So they
yeah.
all know what it feels like to be on the other side.
Exactly.
In other words.
And they're all part of this engine that's producing this repertory of shows.
So the shows don't run concurrently. Do they run concurrently?
Yeah, they
So
do.
you have like.
They rotate. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could do one show in the
So they're
one
gonna-
day and the next one show the next day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna have like little bipolar issues. Like today I'm the Little Mermaid. And
Oh no, you know,
tomorrow
in
I'm
repertoire,
this.
you've done rep before,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
That's just.
But they're young.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's the
challenge.
time to do that, right?
Yeah.
And then we're doing James and the Giant Peach in the spring,
Oh, that'll be fun.
which is the Roald Dahl story. Roald Dahl is very big this year.
I don't really know
Yeah.
the story.
James and the Giant Peach.
I mean, I feel like I've.
I know where you
seen
can.
the
I know where you
cartoon.
can learn it. Come on over. I'll get
Okay,
you tickets.
absolutely.
All right.
Love
Then
that.
we're doing Shrek, which is also a premiere for us.
Of course.
A lot of people know Shrek the movie. It also was adapted into a bona fide Broadway hit
Mm-hmm.
that we're going to do. What's fun about Shrek is it embraces so many other fairy tales. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how our audience.
And who's your lead on that one?
We'll never
Shrek?
know.
Oh,
we
you-
audition about a month before the show. So.
And I'm guessing there'll be a lot of costumes involved with that.
There's
Who does
always a
your
lot of
costuming?
costume. Well, we've got a in-house costume designer. Her name is Mallory. She is terrific at putting together large casts of shows. She works tirelessly on small budgets, but comes up with beautiful creations.
Yeah.
We
Now,
just
when
did
you're
Little
doing, when you're
Princess
doing
while
a
ago.
show on Shrek, for example, that's really not a well-known. So you can go in any direction with that, right?
It's not well known.
As far as the storyline, is
I
there?
think. Oh yeah.
Because
Well,
they got Shrek 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
And you've got so much material
but
to
you know
work
what?
with.
People know what Shrek's about. They know the key elements of Shrek. There's
Right.
Pinocchio. There's the villain, and so we
That'd
will,
be a good role for you, John.
Yeah, right. All of those characters. You're too tall. Well, that's a role that actually gets performed on its knees. I don't know if you know that because he's there's a perception that he's tall, but really does things to make him. He's a little tiny guy. So I think people are going to know this, remember the story right away when they see it. It's an amalgam of different. If I remember right, it's an amalgam of some of the different elements. Of
Yeah.
But that's down the road.
That's down the road.
All right.
Yeah.
Then we're doing in the summer. We're already to next summer. We're doing Snoopy and In the Heights.
Oh,
So I know
yes.
you're doing In the Heights
Yeah, I'm
now.
doing In the Heights.
We're doing In the Heights next summer.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
That's
And-
such a great play. It really is. The music is so good, and
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying. And we start rehearsals next week.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm really glad we're doing it. It's also a premiere for us. We've never done it before. Obviously, it's very new, and I'm really excited to see what we're gonna do.
How easy is it for you to get the rights to do Broadway shows? I mean,
Well,
do you
it's-
guys have a pretty good relationship with
Yeah.
the powers that be, or how does that work?
I don't know that we have any more of a struggle than anyone else.
Okay.
And pretty much it's when if a professional theater wants to do something in the same slot within the same proximity of miles
Then they should,
and
yes.
dates, then we have a negotiation. There's a negotiation we made, but we've plenty of room to move a show.
Yeah.
And then we also have another season that happens at Roosevelt, and that's our Roosevelt season, which opens with Jingle All the Way, which is the pirate Christmas show.
Okay.
And then we're doing Tempest,
So
an adaptation of
we
Shakespeare.
only have a little bit of time left, so we want to make sure we put your website out there one more time,
Okay.
so they can get the rest of the season.
JuniorTheater.com.
JuniorTheater.com. Is it theater the
R.E.
R-E way?
R.E.
Okay, see.
That's the only way.
It's the fancy way.
Well, James, thank you for stopping by. I hope
Thank
had
you so
fun.
much for having me. Come to Junior Theater.
We will.
Come see
We'll tell our
what we got
friends.
next year.
Fantastic.
Come to Dr. Doolittle. We also have Guys and Dolls opening
Okay.
right after that.
This
Wonderful.
End of the month.
This is Johnny
And this is Susanna
with the talk.
of San Diego.
If you're looking for authentic Mexican food, but don't want to sit and wait in the 3-hour line at the border, then why not come down to El Cilantro Mexican and Seafood? At El Cilantro, we pride ourselves in serving the freshest, most delicious Mexican food and seafood this side of the border. In a relaxed, comfortable Spanish atmosphere, you will be sure to enjoy anything you choose. Tacos, burritos, carne asada, carnitas, seafood, all with a taste that'll make you think you are just 3 miles south of here in TJ, but no long lines. Voted Best Mexican Restaurant by the Talk of San Diego, El Cilantro is located at Imperial Beach Shopping Plaza, just off the 5 at 764, 13th Avenue and Palm Avenue.
Es muy bueno.